Hey, it's Alan Jaeger with Jaeger Sports, and as always, thanks for stopping by. So today we are at exercise number 6 in our series of do this, don't do that. And for our 6th and final exercise, this is our forward throwing motion. As always, first things first is safety. So if you notice, silver clip is always inserted where the chain link fence bisects. Okay, that's the strongest point, so that's how we always want to put the clip up to the fence. Number 2 is we want the wrist cuff off the wrist. We see a lot of kids do forward throws with the wrist cuff on. And the first thing that it does for me is I feel like it creates tension in my arm when I'm trying to have my arm be loose and relaxed. The second thing that I love about putting the fingers through the wrist cuff is that now I get wrist action, I get finger action, and I'm actually throwing the wrist cuff, I'm throwing the band as if I'm throwing a ball. So make sure the wrist cuff comes off your wrist for the forward throwing motion. Number 3, I use this analogy, we love this analogy. Pretend like the clip is home plate and now you're in the batter's box. And what that does is when I go forward and throw, as you'll see, is the clip is now in alignment with my arm. So now I'm throwing in alignment with the clip and the band as opposed to being off center and the band over here, or being too far and the band's over here. So again, clip is home plate. I'm in the batter's box, as we've always talked about, great posture. Lean slightly forward versus backward. And I'm just gonna go through my normal throwing mechanics, which is gonna be a separation and a load, and a forward throw. Now I'm just thinking loose arm action, relax. I'm not too far from the fence, so I'm not putting a lot of tension or stress on my arm. I want to make sure this is super easy to do at the beginning. And then in time, if I can prove to myself that I can do 25 of these real easily, then maybe I can move away from the fence an inch or so. The bottom line is, like all of these exercises, we want the burn to happen late, not early. Some of the things we look for that we don't want you to do is get super aggressive so that your front side pulls out and your arm is left hanging and there's more pressure on the shoulder. Make sure you make this exercise easy enough to where you know you're nice and relaxed and the resistance is coming from this point forward. So again, I'll just do a few more demos for you. And that's exercise 6, forward throwing motions. It's how we want you to do it versus how we don't want you to do it.